anything interesting happening.
Did you watch Ghana in the Nations Cup yesterday?
They beat them.
Yes.
And it trended.
And Ghana is out of the tournament.
They beat them silly.
They beat them silly, yes.
How many goals?
3-2.
Oh wow.
Silly in the sense that
you know, card, yes. They had a red card in the first half. Their captain was sent off. Like their captain, Andre Ayew, he has become him and his brother in the team.
Wow.
Yesterday, one of the analysts, a former player, he almost said it, that this perhaps Andre Ayew is the problem with our team. It's not the first time. There was the time when him and his brother boycotted the team over some issues, and then they came back to the national team. I don't know. I think the Ayew brothers, maybe it's time they leave the national team of Ghana. Anyway, they were knocked out yesterday by Comoros, by fishermen from Comoros, part-time fishermen from Comoros Islands. And the Nations Cup is what it is. AFCON is not your mate. It's a leveler. I mean, even Mohamed Salah is sweating, scored only one goal so far. The big stars of Europe come to AFCON and they can't even play. That's what we're saying. You know, the Ghanaian team have Thomas Partey. I mean, have superstars. You know, I don't even know anybody from the Comoros Islands. Not one player.
Oh wow.
That's what they've done. The same with Sierra Leone. You know, the small teams, the teams you think are the small teams
and
in
the
AFCON
ones that are
making big impact against the very big sides.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that is what AFCON does. You know, there's no respect of the big superstars. You know? And Ghana learned that lesson yesterday. And you know, and then the trolling. You can't believe it.
There's one I saw. A man was being
Shatawale.
There was one I actually saw. If it was because I was being beating. At some point, the people that were beating him, Jungle Justicing him, now give him energy drink to take so that they can continue, have more energy, they can continue to beat him.
I'm telling you. One said that Ghana, your Black Stars is like your jollof rice, overrated.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, dear.
And over to you. I have nothing to say after that.
I mean, that's taking the cake. APC Zone's chairmanship sits to North Central. Elite South is full secretary. It's a page 2 read for the Punch, and the riders here: South to get deputy chair. We are confident of winning 2023 elections. Buni committee concludes other positions today. Confirms February 26th convention date. It's not a front page story. It's a big story for Big Punch.
Yeah. Eventually, the APC have now settled for a date for their convention. The caretaker chairman of the party, the Yobe governor, announced this at the women's meeting in Abuja yesterday at the International Conference Center. They told the APC women to get ready, that the convention will take place on the 26th and they can come and contest the post they want. Essentially, what this means that I think that the party have not agreed that who must go on the convention. And what was in the Punch this morning suggests that they have also agreed on how to zone the party offices. It's clear now that the national chairmanship of the party will go to the north. In fact, what they have done is a reversal of roles. In the former working committee headed by Adams Oshomole, the one that was, of course, dissolved before Mai Malabuni came in. Adams Oshomole from the Southwest National Chairman, and the National Secretary was from the North. So that's reversing roles now. The National Chairman here will now come from the North Central, I think, and then the National Secretary to the Southeast. The Deputy National Chairman South will be taken from the South-South. They haven't finished all the work. I think that today the meetings will continue, and then they will probably zone all the positions to all the regions, geopolitical zones in the country before they get ready. But I think the important thing now being put in place, I don't know if they've informed the INEC yet, but they have a 21-day window before the convention to do that. And then they're setting up committees, the budget committee, the logistics committee, the committee on security. All of those have been put in place ahead of the convention. I don't know if they announced the venue yet, but usually the conventions take place at the Eagle Square in Abuja. So after all the criticisms, after all the dilly-dallying, the delay tactics of Mai Malabuni, he has now been pushed, to a situation where he now agrees that his caretaker committee will have to hand over the reins of the National Working Committee. So the convention is in place, and that puts the party in good stead. They will look ready. They will have a substantive national chairman. They will have party leadership in place. They can now properly own and arrange a national convention to choose their presidential candidate. Because that, again, is the major thing in the election, in the year preceding the elections. How is the party being preparing for a general election. 2019, they were in power as they were now, but you see they bungled a few elections in some places. Zamfara and Rivers comes to mind every time you talk about how the APC fared in 2019 elections because they were unprepared. Most of these preparations were because of court cases that was caused by a lack of internal cohesion. So now, if they were able to hold the national convention, choose the leadership quickly, and proceed to a national convention to choose party candidates for general elections, so appear a bit organized, because I keep benchmarking them with the opposition party, the PDP, who looks readier, in terms of preparations for next year's elections. The PDP have not moved to choose a presidential candidate because they are watching the APC. They are looking at what move this ruling party will make, and they will make the next move. It's not as if they are not planning. Yeah.
Okay. Let's believe that. Still on the front page of the Punch, 20 billion naira, Tinubu Alphabeta ex-MD discuss out-of-court settlement. 8. The Punch. Who would have thought this would come up now?
Yeah. I'm quite surprised when I saw that headline because this former Alphabeta MD appears to be a man with a bag of secrets, and people would like him to spill whatever those secrets are. And out-of-court settlement precludes all that. Forecloses all that, puts an end to all that, because out of court is that 2 of them will meet on the table and decide to drop the court cases. Otherwise, in courts there'll be a lot of confessions, a lot of cross-examination to do by the lawyers, both the plaintiffs and the applicants. I mean, at the end of the day, we know more than we know, but they're what they are. When the matter is not moving anywhere in court and people can decide to set out of court. Yeah. At the end of the day, I think it's within their right to do that. So it's okay. This is the matter.
Way forward amended Electoral Act bill to Buhari this week. That one, page 2, the Punch newspapers.
This was unanimous in the National Assembly yesterday. Both arms of the NAS yesterday. Femi Gbadabiamila in the House said that, of course, today, Wednesday, the House of Reps will begin to continue work on the national Electoral Act Amendment Bill. The impression Femi Gbadabiamila gave us is that they will save the baby and not throw out the baby with the bathwater. That's the impression they gave. So they will remove the contentious areas of the bill, and not just the direct primary area. He also spoke about some concerns civil society have raised in that bill. Areas around, I think, the drafting of the bill. Maybe the president didn't mention that, but the impression civil society gave at that big meeting in Abuja on Sunday is that there are major errors, drafting errors, in the bill, about 10 to 17 of them. And Jacob, this was what riled the spokesman of the Senate, when he was told that the bill is full of errors. He was riled and said that, what bill have you seen? Femi Gbadabiamila was saying yesterday, perhaps the bill the president refused to assent to is different from the one a lot of people have seen. So he has set up a technical committee to look at this, and he will see their report any moment from now. So that's part of the work they will do before they send another amended bill to President Buhari to sign. But essentially, I think they have agreed that the contentious clause, direct primary, will have to go. The same thing Senate President Ahmed Lawan also said yesterday on the floor. Ahmed Lawan is not too bad about this Electoral Act amendment, really, because he was talking something about subsidy throughout yesterday, that the president did not ask anybody to remove subsidy. But as another side, he spoke about the Electoral Amendment Bill and said we will do the necessary and send it to President Buhari as soon as possible. Time is of the essence here, therefore. If they don't get it early to the president, Mr. President has a history of rejecting the Electoral Act amendments because, according to him, time is too close for elections. And INEC is telling us today that they can't even release a schedule of activities for the 2022 elections, the timeline, the guidelines, the timetable, proper timetable to see dates, because it's almost time to do that now. But INEC is saying until we have an electoral law in place, we will do that. So there's a lot of delays in the system. The entire value chain, the electoral value chain, step by step is affected. So this bill affects all of that. if the bill goes quickly to the president, he signs, or even rejects, and we know that we are hopeless in this case, we have to do with the old law, INEC can now indeed increase, it will release the timetable of his activities and schedule for election. But at the moment, the INEC chairman said yesterday in Abuja that INEC can't even do that now. They're waiting for that bill to be passed or not to be passed. So a lot depends on now the National Assembly and maybe much later on President Buhari, what he does with the electoral amendment. Before we can even begin to say, yes, this is how the elections in 2023 will shape up. Because what people are doing now, individuals trying to all declare their intentions. Political parties have not set out date for primaries. INEC has not given us a proper detailed guideline of the plans for next elections. We just know that presidential election, according to the old guideline released a few years ago, is February 18, 2023. But there will be a lot of activities preceding that. We don't have all that now. No guidelines yet. And INEC said, wait.
Interesting.
Did you enjoy this video? Hit the subscribe button for more. Leave a comment and like. Thank you.